Okay, here we go. Hope it goes well. It should, though, because I'm awesome. Hmm. Don't know what to do for sort of introduction. I don't know why. I want to make this professional, sort of. What do I say? How? Okay. How about hello, friends, and welcome to me ranting about stupid things that nobody cares about, yet still seem to infuriate both me and I'm sure a plethora of other people. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, that sounds about good. That might have just been the intro there. I might not have to do another one. Yeah, well, we'll just throw that in there. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a nice, fun time, sitting in my room in my own space. Got slippers on, got a nice hoodie on. It's going to be great. It's going to be a fun time. Everyone's going to love it. Okay, everybody, here we go. I'm just going to get right into this. I'm going to just I'm recording a little bit of a rant, a little bit of me going on a tangent for a while. Just getting everything out of my system. It's going to be fantastic. I hope you are ready. This was spurred on by my good friend Isaac, who decided to tell me about some stuff. It got me a bit riled up. I spent like 5 minutes just ranting and going off on a tangent about it. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be good. First thing we're going to go in on, I hope you don't mind, is people who consistently mumble their words and don't enunciate. I'm just telling you right now, it really gets my gizzard. People who don't enunciate, people who mumble their words, they're talking like this, don't, nobody never know. You never know what they're talking about. You can never understand them. And it is the worst, okay? I know a bunch of people who mumble, a bunch of people, they try and talk to you, okay? And I'm sure it's not completely their fault. I'm sure it's not entirely their fault. I'm sure it's just something they picked up. I'm sure they don't do it on purpose to infuriate people like me who have to have everything perfect because that's the kind of person I am. I will admit. When things aren't exactly the way they should be, I get a little miffed. I'll give you that. But the least they could do is just try. Okay? They don't try. They don't seem to be aware of it. Just pay attention to the way you speak. When you are talking to people, you need to have at least some semblance of rational thought in your voice, okay? When you are talking to people, you should be able to think about what you're talking about and think about the way you're saying it at the same time, okay? I mean, just every time, every single time I hear someone mumble a word and I don't know what they say, I just, because I never want to acknowledge it. I never want to say, dude, okay, what did you just say? You were mumbling. I couldn't understand you. I never want to acknowledge that, okay? I never want to acknowledge that. It's just, it seems kind of like a rude thing to do. You don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? You don't want to be that person who just corrects people all the time. You don't want to be that person. But sometimes in my day, when I hear these people, I just, I get the, I just start breathing a little bit heavy, get a little bit miffed, just do some big sighs, big, just, you know that? You breathe out kind of angrily with all that hot breath coming out of your mouth. It's that. I just do that. It gets me going. It gets me going. It makes me angry. I just don't know why I am such an easily angered person. It's probably because I just constantly sit in the corner quietly and listen to the way other people do things. That's probably why, now that I actually think about it. That's probably why I do this. Um, just I listen to people, okay? And I just think about the way that they talk. I think about the things they say. I think about what they do. And it just doesn't leave my head. I have to think about it. It doesn't leave my head. Sometimes I try and just mind my own business, but when you're not doing anything, when you're just sitting there kind of bored, finished all your stuff you're supposed to do, there's not much else to do than just sit and listen to people. I can't help myself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm just not sorry. I don't actually care that much about other people. I might hurt your feelings. It's it's not my problem. Well, it is my problem, and I'm a really mean person actually. But I sit and I think about the way people do things, and because I'm not that guy usually. I'm not the guy for the most part that will come up to you and say, "Okay, you're doing this wrong. You should stop it. You should stop it. You're dumb, and I don't like you." I'm not that person for most of the time. I've rarely had situations where I will actually come up and say something to someone if they're being dumb. Because that's what they're doing. They're being dumb. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for them to be doing things like mumbling. Because it's just an extremely stupid thing to talk about. There's no reason for it. There's no reason that this should make me as angry as it does. But it's just one of these things, okay? It's one of these things that just set me off. Like mumbling. Like mumbling. You can't understand the person. And I've made this point probably at least 7 times. At least 7 times already about how you can't understand the person and it's annoying. Because you can't really talk. There's no way to fix it either. Unless you are like standing by that person constantly and keep telling them, oh, hey, don't mumble, enunciate your T's and all of your other enunciatable letters. You speak clearly, speak so people can hear you, speak so people can understand you. Don't talk too fast, don't talk too slow. When you talk too slow, people get bored. They get bored with your voice, especially if you got a low, deep voice and you talk like this. It's very boring. It's very boring. I don't know why I did the southern accent there. It just seems to fit. But you can't talk too fast either. If you talk like this, you talk like this. Nobody can understand you. Nobody can understand what you're saying. Nobody can follow you. Nobody can follow your conversation. If you talk too fast, you need to be careful about how you talk and the things you say. It's a very difficult thing being actively aware of what you're saying. And I'm being honest, it's hard sometimes for some people to be actively aware of what they're saying, to think before they say something, to think about how they're talking and how they're making their point to other people. Because that's what we do. We do that every day. We make our point to other people. We talk about the things that we enjoy, the things that we think other people should think about, and we sell our point to people. We sell our point to people. And just not too long ago, my teacher made a little speech up in front of the class. My info tech teacher at school. Okay, he he said you're always selling, and he talks about how he used to work in retail. You're always selling everything you do. You're always making a point to everyone else, and it's how you talk. It's the way you make your point that shows, and no, not shows. That's the wrong word. It's what makes people think the way they do about you and about the things that you say. It gives you credibility. It gives you just, it gives them the way that they think about you. The way you talk, the way you act, the way you do things. That's what makes people think the way they do about you. So when I see people that just don't care about how people think about them. And it's a good way to live sometimes. For a lot of people, it's a good way to live. They don't really have a care in the world. They don't care what other people think about them. It's a good way to live. But sometimes when you're trying to make a point, you just can't do that. You just can't, it doesn't work. That's not how it works. When you are trying to make a point, when you are trying to talk to people about something, it does not work. I probably sound like a lunatic. I probably sound just I'm just nitpicking at this point, and I realize that, but I'm trying to make my point. I'm just very avid about this, and I don't know why. I don't know why this gets me so bad. Just people that mumble and people that talk without thinking about what they're saying. They don't think beforehand. They just don't. They don't think about this stuff. Okay? They don't think about what they're saying, and they come off dumb because of it. They come off like they don't know what they're talking about when people talk and they mumble. Mumbling just off the bat is not the way to go when you're doing something. Don't mumble to people. Just if you mumble out there, if you mumble, try and fix it. I'm not bossing anyone around. Just please, for the sake of the people around you like me that are dumb and just sit and obsess over the way other people talk. For the people like me, please think about the way you talk. Think about what you say before it comes out of your mouth. Use your head a little bit when you talk. Be cool. And that, I'm just, I'm going to go from that. I'm going to segue over to a topic near and dear to my heart because I'm totally one of these people. I'm not even going to try and deny that I'm one of these people. People who incessantly correct people. I'm critiquing myself right here because I do this all the time. I'm just going to say it right now. I'm a bit of a know-it-all, and that I think in myself that's who I want to be. I want to be able to be smart. I want to be able to know things. I want to know what I'm talking about a lot of the time. I'm a bit of a know-it-all. Tend to correct people when they make mistakes. And I know it's not a very endearing trait in someone. When you're talking about something and someone just jumps on, actually, that's wrong. Actually, no, that's wrong. You can't say that. That is the wrong answer. You should fix that. It's the most annoying thing in the world. And as someone who does that, when I when other people do that to me, I understand how people feel when I do that to them. And I try not to do that as much as possible. I try not to be the smart kid that knows all the answers and corrects everyone because it's not cool. And I realize that. I realize that it's not cool. It's just I sometimes I just can't help it. I'll burst out, "Actually, your answer's wrong. You did it wrong because you did this and you did this." I'm sorry. I don't mean to do it. It just happens sometimes. And some of my family members as well do this because my sister especially, she's also a bit of a know-it-all. She's pretty smart about a lot of topics, some topics. Well, I'm not going to flatter my sister here. It's not what I'm here for. She tends to correct people a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot because even more than me, when people get something even super specific that there's no reason why them saying something wrong about that would make any difference whatsoever. Like, the program Discord, it's a program people use to talk to each other. My sister herself introduced it to my parents, so my parents could more easily message her and talk to her. In Discord, messaging someone direct, it's called a direct message or a DM, apparently, from my sister. My parents, every single time they would talk about it, they would use Discord as a verb. They would say, "You're Discording her." Every time, every single time my sister would correct them and say, "Actually, it's DM." And all the time, not all the time is this that big a problem. But what it is, it depends on how you do it. It depends on how you correct people. Because if you correct people in a certain tone of voice, if you says, actually, no, it's actually Discord, you should stop it. No, that comes off as a little bit snotty. You don't sound cool when you do that. I'm just telling you right now. It, 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 it detriments from your argument. It's not good. You shouldn't do that. I'm just saying it right now. You should not do that. It's a bad thing to do. It's a bad habit to correct people in that tone of voice, like my sister does. Because when you correct people that way, when you correct the people that way, it does create some negative feelings between you and that person. That people don't like that. People don't like being corrected that way. People like to be correct in their day-to-day happenings. People like to be right about the things that they know. And when you come in and you correct someone And it's about something dumb, like synonyms, like basically things that mean the same thing. If you correct someone about that, if it makes no difference in their life whatsoever, besides sounding right to you, to people that know what they're talking about way more than the average person, there's just no reason for it. It's completely dumb. There's no reason. It doesn't help anyone except for making you feel validated about knowing all these random things, these random facts that don't help anyone. And that is the truth. I'm not pulling any punches to these people. That is the truth. You need to use the correct tone of voice when you talk to people. Okay? Okay. Next on my list of topics, I have a list. It's not a long list. I have like 6 things, and I may not even talk about all of them. I'm just giving you that right now because I probably sound a bit like a conceited ASSHOLE. I'm saying that right now, just getting that out. Next thing I'm going to talk about, and this is what my friend Isaac got me going about last night. It's people that buy expensive things. Expensive things like expensive watches that don't have any extra features. They're just normal watches. They're just like made of gold. They're made of platinum. They're plated with gold. Oh, you got inset jewels in there. It's that kind of stuff. Things like that. Things like uh like people that buy things like that. Things that people that buy expensive clothes as well. Expensive accessories that don't serve any extra added purpose. Like like you buy a Rolex, okay? You buy it's a really expensive Rolex, okay? It looks okay. It looks nice. But from my point of view, I am a person who doesn't hold much value in things looking fancy, things looking cool per se. Like a lot of people, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm not saying this is a bad thing at all. It rubs me the wrong way. Some people, they get their validation from having expensive things, from knowing that they worked hard enough, they worked their butt off to save up the money to buy this expensive thing. It validates them. It gives them a sense of purpose. It's like, okay, this is a cool thing that I bought with my own money, that I got with my own 2 hands. I worked for this. I got it. I can do with my money what I want. But my problem isn't necessarily with spending your hard-earned money, but more with the fact that you could have spent it on something vastly more useful. I can buy a Rolex, or I can buy like a $10 digital watch that will tell me the time just as well or better than your Rolex. I could buy a $10 watch, not a couple $100 Rolex, maybe more. Not like a jewel encrusted watch that you bought yourself. $10 digital watch with a little bitty screen on it. You can set the time. That's it. It's oh it serves no purpose to spend more money on something when you could have gotten something equally good at equal value, but it just doesn't look as nice. Like for instance, instead of buying that expensive Rolex because it's a big name brand, everybody knows Rolex, okay? You get a little bit of status from having a Rolex, okay? You could have bought like a really, really cool watch. You can take it underwater. It's completely waterproof. It's even though it's still electric. It has a little stopwatch built in. Has a cool little stopwatch built in. You can time things with it. You can change the time extremely easily. Maybe you have games on your watch. Maybe that's cool. That's cool having games on your watch. Dude, you're the cool kid on the block if you have games on your watch. I mean, seriously, you know how cool that crap is? Having games on your watch. Oh my, dude, nothing validates someone more. Nothing makes you cooler than having games on your watch. Okay? I'm just telling you right now, if you want to be the cool kid, get some games on your watch, show it off to your friends. You're instantly like a god in their eyes, okay? If you have games on your watch. Buy a cool watch with lots of useless functions. Well, lots of maybe useful functions. Like if you are like, say you're a coach for like a school something or other team. Let me just say track team, okay? You have a watch, it's got a stopwatch in it. It's got a stopwatch built in. You can time your charges that you're the coach of. You can time them. You don't need a special stopwatch for that. That's cool. That's useful. That's a useful item for a coach for like a track team to have. So why not, instead of buying like a big name brand like a Rolex that's just a normal analog clock that you have to wind up, why not buy a cool watch with lots of useful functions that you'll use in your day-to-day happenings? Why not? Why the heck not? That's cool. You can buy that. It's neat. If you spend money on things like shoes, really expensive shoes, expensive bracelets, jewelry, sometimes that's okay. People, if you like jewelry, go ahead, buy all the jewelry you frickin' want. You can buy all the jewelry you can. Blow all your money on that. But if you buy jewelry and then you struggle to pay your rent, you struggle to pay off the loan that you got from the bank. If you buy jewelry, you buy useless cosmetic stuff like that, and you can't take care of yourself every day, that is my problem with you. That's my problem right there. Like why buy jewelry when you could save up, buy a car? Then you can drive yourself to work every day. Then you can get money. Then you can buy more jewelry. Or heck, you could buy a microwave, make some Hot Pockets. Who doesn't love Hot Pockets? Everybody loves Hot Pockets. Everyone loves Hot Pockets. Indisputable. Everybody loves Hot Pockets. They're just the best. Microwave oven, make some Hot Pockets. Make some Hot Pockets. Okay? You could buy a microwave oven. Okay? Spend your money on something useful like a microwave or a toaster, maybe an electric can opener. Spend money on useful utilities that you can have in your house and you can use. Heck, you could buy a fridge. Buy like maybe a mini fridge even. Buy like a frickin' fridge you can put in your room. You can put water bottles. Heck, if you're an adult, maybe put some adult beverages in there. Okay? Put some adult beverages in your mini fridge in your bedroom. Okay? Boom, set for life. Got your mini fridge. Okay? That's something cool you can have in your house. Mini fridge that's useful. You can put stuff in it. You can freeze stuff. Well, it's not a freezer. You can freeze stuff in a freezer if you buy a combination freezer and refrigerator maybe, or just a freezer. If you need a freezer, you need to freeze some stuff, buy a freezer. Don't buy jewelry. Don't buy jewelry when you're saving up for a freezer. You want that freezer, you're going to get that freezer. You're going to get that freaking freezer. But you got to save up your money, not spend it on useless stuff. You want to buy that freaking freezer, okay? Who doesn't love a freezer? You could freeze stuff in a freezer. I'm going freaking insane. Do you want to freeze maybe some popsicles? Buy some tubes of popsicle juice from frickin' Walmart? Make some popsicles. You could make some popsicles in your freezer. You know what you can't make popsicles in? Jewelry. Can't make popsicles in a Rolex watch. Can't do that. No, you cannot, sir. You cannot make popsicles with those. Can't make Hot Pockets in a watch. Can't make Hot Pockets in a freaking expensive $500 bracelet. Can you now? I can make Hot Pockets. You can't with your expensive Rolex. How do you like them apples? I can make Hot Pockets. Okay, I'm going completely off the chain here. We are way off the chain. Okay? I'm taking off my sweatshirt. I'm getting hot. I'm getting heated. Getting heated. I'm taking off my sweatshirt, throwing it over there. Okay, it's gone. Not getting that crap back. Not getting that crap back, okay? I'm telling you right now. Okay? I'm standing up. I'm actually standing up. I stood up from my chair. I took my sweatshirt off. I am heated. I'm standing up. I'm turning around. I'm gesturing with my hands. That's how heated I am about this topic. For no reason. There's no reason I should feel as I do about this topic. I need to stop yelling. Oh, okay. Boom, next topic. We're going to go right on to that next topic.